everyone, it's me, Aaron, Professor Thorgi, your guide to all things geeky, and welcome to a Thorgi mini theory? Listen, I'm going to start off by apologizing to you that this episode is not that polished. I am currently on vacation. I'm out in Portland, so I'm not at the Thorgi compound, so there's no setting, no lighting, no special sound equipment, so I apologize right now for this video being very unpolished, but let's be honest, my videos have never been that polished to begin with. But I had to make a video about this because this month on my channel, it's Pokemon month because I love that game so much, and it's also the 20th anniversary of that game. So we've been celebrating it all month long, and this morning at 7 a.m. here in Portland, they made an announcement. It became official that the next generation of Pokemon is going to be called Pokemon Sun and Moon, which are awesome titles, and also I love those logos so much. Those logos look awesome. But a lot of people online were really upset that they didn't reveal more about this game. And I'll admit, at first I was one of those people too. I was like, oh, we didn't see the box art, we didn't see the starters. But the more I looked at that trailer, the more I realized there are clues in there to where this game is going to be set. That is something that we can tell. So now, I'm about to put on my crazy conspiracy theory tinfoil hat, and I'm going to look at all the clues that we got to tell where Sun and Moon are going to be set. Now, for anybody out there who doesn't know, every single one of the Pokemon games are set in fictional lands, but those lands are based on real-world locations. The first 4 generations are all based on certain spots in Japan. Then the 5th generation was based on America, specifically New York and its surrounding boroughs. Then the 6th generation of Kalos was based on France. So what I'm trying to determine here is what real world location is this new game going to be set. And we didn't get a lot of clues, but let's look at what we got. First off, in the one shot of that location that we got, we saw palm trees, so we know it's going to be a tropical location. But we also got a lot of shots of the vehicles, and every single one of the vehicles looked like it was designed to go on all terrains. So this is going to be a location where there's either going to be a wide variety of terrains, such as mountains, or it's going to be a location where you would have a need to constantly go off-road. Also, just throwing it out there real quick, that was totally a mobile Pokemon Center, right? We're all in agreement about that? Because that looks awesome. Now, this has a lot of people thinking that's going to be based on Singapore, because not only is the average temperature of Singapore 88 degrees, meaning that it is indeed a tropical environment, but also Singapore is known for its nature reserves. In other words, locations that are meant to be untouched by mankind, meaning that there are no roads, meaning you would need jeeps or trucks or other all-terrain vehicles to travel around. Also, if you look at each of these vehicles, they each have a Pokemon station in the back of them. Some of them even appear to have jobs, such as the Blastoise, which is in the back of the fire truck. This goes along with the theme of man and nature working together, kind of like the theme of a nature reserve. Plus, we only saw one location in this trailer, and many people are speculating that it's going to be some kind of a water gym, but when you look at the architecture of that gym, it actually matches up with a lot of estates in Singapore. So yes, Singapore actually looks like the safe bet. However, for any of you who have watched the Thorgi's theory before, you know that we always have the same theory, and then we have the crazy theory, the conspiracy theory. And for that one, I'm putting all my money on Spain. Now, to start with, Spain matches up with the climate that we saw. It's a Mediterranean country, so it's got warm, dry summers, and it's got wet, rainy winters. Plus, Spain is so large that it does indeed have a large variety of terrain. It's got beaches, it's got mountains, it's got everything in between. But here's where my evidence for Spain gets a little bit more specific, and some of this evidence doesn't even come from the games itself. Pokemon game designer Junichi Masuda based the land of Kalos in X and Y off of France because he has admitted that he loves France. He loves that country and he is obsessed with their culture. Well, in 2013, right after they wrapped up X and Y and around the time that they would start thinking about Sun and Moon, he took a trip to Spain, and he goes on record as saying that he loved his time there. Also, speaking of that building we saw, yes, the architecture of it does indeed resemble architecture in Singapore. However, what's that we see in the fountain? It's a horsey. And if you look really close, there's a flag there, and there's also a horsey on the flag. Now, if we look at Spain, Spain is located next to the Mediterranean Sea. What is the official flag of the Mediterranean Sea? Yeah, what's that on there? A seahorse! And lastly, we also know that Maggie is going to be the very first Gen 7 Pokemon that we see. However, we've already seen new forms for Zygarde that didn't appear in X and Y. And many people believe that Zygarde was going to be the third member of that evolution duo that was the mascots of X and Y, so many people were theorizing that we were going to get a Pokemon Z game that was going to focus on him. However, unless they can put Pokemon Z out sometime between now and when Sun and Moon come out this holiday season, I don't really see that happening. So where is Zygarde's extra forms going to appear? Many people think that this could be some kind of a downloadable quest that we get for X and Y, but what if all these new forms actually play a role in Sun and Moon? Seems kind of crazy, doesn't it, that a legendary from a previous gen would actually play a large part in the story of one of the new gens? Yeah, I don't see that happening, unless, I don't know, this brand new land was located right next to Kalos. But what other country is located right next to France in the real world? Spain! That's what! So yes, if I had to take a guess, I'd say that this new land is going to be based upon Spain, so congratulations to all my viewers from Spain out there, and let me know in the comments down below where you think this land is going to be located. Where do you think Sun and Moon are going to take place? Let me know that and more in the comments down below. Also, you can follow me on Twitter and Tumblr at Professor Thorgi, and if this is your first time viewing this channel, I promise you, it is typically more polished, but like I said, I'm on vacation right now, but I really wanted to get this out here because it's Pokemon month. When else am I going to make a Pokemon theory video? So thank you guys for watching. If you want to see some more of my Pokemon month stuff, then click on the videos at the end of this. Thank you very much. Come back next time.
Do you have a Chrissy tinfoil hat?
No, I don't.
It's like, do you need to go out and buy aluminum foil?
I'm not going out to buy aluminum foil. I'm keeping this part in, by the way.